Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hartz, and today I'll be breaking down the PrizePicks board, going over the best bets of the day, whether that's NBA, NHL, all that good stuff. I have you guys covered, touching on the best props, going over all the data, all that good stuff. So make sure to hit that like button, as I do really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the board. As always, make sure to check out my Twitter at HartDFS here. Uh, our previous PrizePicks video, we went 1-1. We hit the over on Sabonis assists, and then Paul George did not hit. So we went 1-1. We're still 3-1 overall on the picks. And then yesterday, I didn't put up a PrizePicks video, but I did put up a free play there on my Twitter, as you can see. The over on Bam and the over on Jokic, and it was a nice, easy hit there. It's a nice little 2-0 Sunday sweep. So we're coming off of very solid momentum. And then today, as I said, we're going to be going over the board, just going over the best bets of the day. I'm going to be giving you guys two NBA ones and a few other ones that you guys can definitely throw in there as well. But if you guys haven't known, I'm partnering with RunGoodProps.com. That is RunGoodProps.com. And it's run by Rick RunGood. And if you guys don't know who he is, he's probably arguably the best and biggest golf content creator on YouTube. Stuff's fantastic. He's covered NBA in the past, NFL in the past, and he has a prop site which it easily just breaks down all the props for you on PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive, Vivid. As you can see here in this bar at the top, all the prop sites. This also does all the sportsbook sites as well. If you just want to do straight sportsbook bets, value bets, it even brings up arbitrage bets as well, as you can see here. So it does everything for you. A nice, clean, easy format. So I just love it. It's helped me with my research overall, and it helps promote positive EV betting because you can pick two. You can pick as many picks as you want, but let's say you pick two picks. You can click on the My Picks. It brings up the PrizePicks EV calculator, and it calculates your probability of winning. And for every $100 you wager, it expects 126 back. So that's a 31% better payout on PrizePicks than it would be on a sports book. So you can see it's just super, super helpful with kind of helping you with your research. So if you want 50% off your first month, make sure to put in that code HART, HART, when you sign up. You'll see a little discount code, discount coupon. You click on that and then you put in HART and it'll get you 50% off the first month. Now let's get into the picks. So as you see here on the prop board, the best props we're getting, the best probability props we are getting right now are a ton of NHL ones. Obviously, the shots on goal, which I do like to target, but it's not really always fun, targeting the props that have the over or under push potential. As you can see here, the PrizePicks lines on the left and the sportsbook line is on the right. So obviously the sportsbooks have them at 1.5. PrizePicks has either bumped it up by 0.5 or by down by 0.5. So there's obviously the push potential, and I don't like betting on that. So we're going to throw on the filter, one of the best features of this website. Throwing on the feature push potential, put it to no. As we can see, now we get some of the best bets that have no push potential. And the first NBA one that stands out to me is going to be the Brunson over here of points 24.5. Right now, the probability is sitting at 55.4% of him hitting. Best odds we're getting at minus 145 on him hitting that at Pinnacle. And then DK has him at minus 31 or minus 30 right now. So jumping into the Brunson deep dive here, we're going to be looking at his minutes. Excuse me. In a close game, his minutes, he should be seeing close to, I'm choking here. He should see close to 40 minutes in a close game. And he's a guy who's been super, super good the second half of the season, especially in January going into February before he got hurt there with like the foot injury. He was averaging close to 30 points per game. Like he was on fire. But yeah, in a close game, he's going to see close to 40 minutes. Now, coming off the injury that last game, missed about a week. He saw 32 minutes, started off the first quarter super, super hot. He had 16 points in the first quarter. Obviously, he cooled off the rest of the game there with only 8 more points. But I like him in this matchup against Minnesota. It's a fantastic matchup. They are favored by, was it 8.5? So there's slight blowout risk, not too crazy. I don't really start getting worried about blowout risk until it's like kind of like the Warriors situation where it's like 11, 12 plus, 228 total. So could be a decently fast paced game. In the matchup, right? Like he's going against Mike Conley defense. That's not great. He's going to be able to attack him. He loves getting into the paint, loves getting to the free throw line. He's a guy that get mid-teens free throw attempts at times. So I do really like Brunson here in this matchup. 24.5 is just a little too low for a guy who's actually been killing it this second half of the season. So if we look at DK, as I mentioned, as we saw on the RunGood Props site, he's sitting it at minus, or excuse me, 24.5 points. And so we can see on DK, 24.5. He's sitting at minus 140 actually to hit the over there. So yeah, I like Brunson here as the first NBA prop bet of the day. The second prop I have for you guys for today for the NBA is going to be the over here of Steph Curry points and rebounds, sitting at 33.5 on PrizePicks. And as you can see here, the sportsbook lines have him at 35.5. So we can see there's a 2 point difference there, which is actually pretty big. FanDuel has the odds of him hitting the over minus 118. PointsBet has him at minus 115, hit the over there. About 62% chance of him hitting the over. And now the big news with this obviously is the chance of this game blowing out. Right now it's sitting at 11-point spread, but the Rockets are playing at home. We know the Warriors are god awful at home. They've been, playing terrible. And it's a 237.5 game total. So the almost the highest on the second highest on the slate. So it should be a super high scoring game, super fast pace. We know the Warriors are god awful on the road. So hopefully this game should stay close here against the Rockets, who are playing at home, as I mentioned. Let's pull up his. Let's see if DK has it. What they have him at. His player combos, points, and rebounds. Let's go down to Steph here. Minus 125 over 33.5 there for DK Sportsbook. And as we know, Steph, we'll just pull him up here to kind of deep dive into his minutes. Minutes, close game. Sometimes sees over 40, but yeah, should see 35 to 40 minutes. We know Steph, obviously the best shooter ever. Going to shoot probably 20 plus times. Coming off a very bad game there, 5 of 15, 3 of 8 from 3. Before that, not 4 of 13 from 3, not great, but 8 of 14, 4 of 6, 6 of 15. So we know Steph it could easily get there. He had 31 before that, 50, 23, 36. In rebounds, he's actually been getting over 6 rebounds per game, 8, 6, 2, but then 7, 6, 7, 6. So he's been very solid at rebounding. It just comes down to him hitting the shots and this game staying close. But I do really like it. And as you can see, Rick's board really likes probability here, 62.2% of him hitting the over there, 33.5. So we'll pull up Steph here. And we're going to throw in, where is it? 33.5 points plus rebounds, hit the over there. And our other one was Brunson, 24.5 points, going to hit the over there. Now let's get into a few NHL props that I like for tonight's board. So obviously a lot of the shots and goal props for NHL are the highest probability right now. But I don't like betting on the ones that have the over or under push potential. So we're going to go to the fields. Select field has push potential, put in no, and hit search. And we can see here that the highest NHL one right now is Thomas Chabot. Shots and goal, 2.5 is the line. The board right now is really favoring his under at a 57.2% chance of hitting. The best odds we're getting on that is minus 165 from Flip Odds, but DK Sportsbook has him at minus 130 to hit the under. FanDuel has him at minus 132 to hit the under, and BetMGM has him at minus 135 to hit the under. So we can pull up Thomas right here on PrizePicks, NHL. Thomas. And if you guys like the charts, you can see in his charts he's hit it once out of the past 5, but the charts obviously don't explain everything. So I'm not really a chart person, but it looks like we're getting some very solid odds here for him to hit the under of goals, or excuse me, shots on goal at 2.5. So that's another very solid one you could throw into your guys' props. And the thing I like about Rick's website is you can pick these props. So we'll go to Brunson real fast. We'll throw his points in there. And if you click on my picks, you can see kind of the probability of this entry winning is right now 34.5%, which is not the best, but you can see for every $100 wagered, we expect a return of 103.38. So slight worse payout on PrizePicks than it would be just betting straight up on Sportsbook. But we can see it's still a positive EV bet, even though it's not too high. But if you want to throw in more picks, like we can throw in that Chapeau pick. Let's just reset this real fast for you guys. Push potential. Throw in Chapeau. So my 3 picks. We can see it's not returning a good thing, and that's why the payout on PrizePicks for 3 picks is not great. So if we want to throw in another one there, we can look at shots on goal. We can look at, let's look for an over shots on goal. Let's take out Brunson here. No, and we'll go by probability. And then we're looking at, there's a lot of unders favored for shots and goal right now. If you were looking for an over on shots and goal here, Lucas Reichel, shots and goal 1.5 is this line. Over is favored right now, 55.3%. Sitting at minus 150 is the best odds. FanDuel has him minus 144 to hit the over. DK has him at minus 140 hit the over. For Lucas, if we throw that pick in there, we can see it's a positive EV bet throwing in those 4 picks. So we can throw in Lucas there if you want. Let's pull him up here on PrizePicks real fast. Looks like Steph just got bumped to 34.5, which is super frustrating, but I still like that at 34.5. Let's put in Thomas. I'm all messed up. Lucas. Lucas Reichel. You guys like the charts. You can pull up the charts 3 out of the past 5, but that's another one versus Colorado. Colorado's a super good team. They're going to score a lot, so Lucas is going to have to shoot the puck. They're going to have to score to keep this game close. So that's definitely, we'll put up Thomas as well. Forgot to put him in there. So that's a definitely 4-pick play. I don't mind throwing in those 4 picks. As you can see right now, expect a return of 109 for every $100 wagered. So obviously you can find a better payout with different picks. But right now it's 16.4% better payout on PrizePicks than it is versus sportsbooks. 43.3% probability of this entry profiting. So yeah, I don't mind those 4 plays for today. Obviously the 2 main picks are going to be the NBA ones with Jalen Brunson over 24.5 points and then Steph Curry over 34.5 points. But if you want to throw in those kind of best bets for NHL, Lucas over shots and goal of 1.5 versus Colorado, and then Thomas Chabot I think it was less than 2.5 shots on goal. Yeah, less than 2.5 shots on goal there. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the picks for today. I'm going to take out these 2 just to kind of solidify the 2 picks of Jalen Brunson over and then Steph Curry over there. So if you guys like the PrizePicks video, I know I'm still kind of tinkering around with the format of this, but as I said, going to be going over the best bets of the day, just touching on some props from the NHL, NBA, all that good stuff. NCAA when those games start on Thursday. So yeah, if you guys like the videos, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.